Today I'm reviewing these Phillips NightGuide Platinum headlights, and I actually purchased these for my minivan. We live out in the country, so we drive a good amount at nighttime. Of course, you have deer and other animals you want to avoid hitting, so that's why we purchased these. So they're supposed to be up to 130% brighter than the other traditional headlights are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and install these on my minivan. I'm going to install one into one of those. I'm going to show that process, of course, as well, and then I'll leave the other one the same. And then I'm going to test it out just to show you exactly the brightness of these versus the brightness of the traditional light bulbs. So let me go ahead and show you the install process and then show you the brightness. So I'm installing these on my minivan, and as you can see here, both of them are exactly the same brightness as of right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out one of these to show you that. Here in the daylight, it's getting towards nighttime, but not quite there yet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how bright the one is versus the original bulb after it gets dark. Now, exactly how to change these out is going to vary depending on which model you have. But on this one here, it is quite literally this little one right here. So I'm just going to twist it, take out the old bulb, attach the new bulb to it, and then put it back inside. So the one on the left is the old original bulb that was in these, and then the one on the right is the new nighttime bulb, as I mentioned. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this one in. I'm going to put it into this headlight here, and then I'll show you what those are going to look like in the daylight, and then also show you what it's going to look like here at night. So it is hard to tell the difference. Again, I'm looking at daylight. They both look about the same still, even though this one is supposedly considerably brighter. Now, my headlights are kind of fogged up a little bit, so that is something that might affect this. I'm not exactly sure, but now I'm going to wait until it gets dark and then test it out to see if it changed the brightness at all.
Getting dark out here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up one of the headlights at a time. So first of all, I'm going to start off with covering the standard light just to show you exactly how far the NightGuide light will go. And then I'm going to do the opposite and cover up the other one. And then just going to see which one, if the NightGuide is actually any brighter than the standard light bulb that I actually have here on this van. And then lastly, the test that I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out the standard bulb, put both of the NightGuides in. So I've already got one in. I'm going to change this one for the other one, see if that makes any difference at all. So let me go ahead and cover up that standard one now. So this is how bright the NightGuide headlight bulb is. Now again, this is with the standard one entirely covered up. So this is only one headlight bulb from the NightGuide. And then this is with just the standard bulb, not the NightGuide option. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave this one covered up. So just go with the standard one, put it on bright just to see if there's any difference on those. So this is the bright with just the standard bulb, a single standard bulb. And this is the NightGuide bulb, just a single NightGuide bulb. So overall pretty similar, truthfully, between the standard bulb and the NightGuide. I don't know where they're getting the 130% increase. It does go out a bit wider. It does go out a bit higher, like it's more of a clear picture, I would say, or a clear light. But it's definitely not any longer, or that I would say, than just a traditional bulb that I had here in this. So personally, I would say if you just have the standard bulbs, it's probably not worth upgrading. Now, as I mentioned, my headlights are kind of foggy. So actually, I think cleaning that off will probably make the biggest difference with my headlights here on this minivan, rather than these bulbs, switching them out, because I'm really not seeing much of a difference between them. But overall, I mean, supposedly according to them, their tests, they say that it gets 130% longer. Maybe if you put in a second one, that would be the case. But just comparing side by side with one being covered up, I'm really not seeing such a real massive difference between the standard bulbs and these NightGuide from Phillips.